I can't believe I'm saying this, but this device made me appreciate my Amazon Echo even more. Let me explain. This is the Home Assistant Voice Preview Edition, the first dedicated voice hardware for Home Assistant. It's a huge step forward for open source, local home automation, but is it ready to replace your current smart speaker? No, it's not. But don't be too quick to dismiss it. I'm going to show you everything you need to know about Home Assistant Voice, what it is, how to set it up, what it can and cannot do, compare local voice versus cloud LLM conversation agents, offer tips to optimize your experience with it, and show you why it's called Preview Edition. I put a lot of time into this video, and it's a longer one. You can use the chapter markers below to jump around based on your area of interest. Everything that I cover is also featured in an article on my website. You can find a link to it along with any of the featured tech in the video description. If you're new here, I'm Michael Leen, and I cover how tech can make you more productive, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right, let's unbox Home Assistant Voice Preview Edition. The box is quite small, easily fits in my hand. Let's go ahead and open it up. So first we got a OK Nabu sticker here, quick start guide, warranty information, and the device itself. All right, taking a look at the device, it is incredibly lightweight in my hand. This is a 3D printed case. You can see it is somewhat transparent on the back and the sides. So on the top here, we have a rotary style knob and a click button. I'm getting iPod classic vibes here. I've got two microphones on the top as well. Looking around the device, we have USB-C on the back here for power. Note that it does not come with a USB-C cable or power brick. Over here is a 3.5mm stereo jack, so you can stream music to another speaker. Moving over here, we have a dedicated physical mute switch, so the microphones will not be listening. Here's the audio feedback speaker. And it's worth mentioning that these two mics plus an XMOS audio chip will make it possible for this to hear your voice from across the room. Now the ring on top is a multicolor LED, which can be used not only to know when it's listening to the wake word, but you can use it to program in your automations for a visual indicator. Now, just for comparison's sake, this is an Amazon Echo Dot, I believe the 3rd gen model here, just to kind of compare the size of these two voice assistant devices. So in terms of the overall kind of footprint, it's pretty similar between the two of them. What's the big difference is the width or thickness of these two devices and the weight. The Home Assistant Preview Edition is significantly lighter and also thinner or narrower, but that may be at the expense of, audio quality. Okay, let's go ahead and get this thing set up with Home Assistant. Okay, so there's a dedicated getting started page that you can visit to go ahead and set up your device for the first time. Let's go ahead and take a spin through this. So step 1 is connecting the device to power. Remember, you will need to supply your own USB-C cable and power brick. I'm just using some that I have lying around. Okay, I've got that plugged in now. So this warm twinkle light, as they call it, is the expected animation at this point. All right, now we can open up the Home Assistant Companion app right here on the phone. You could also do this in a browser if your Home Assistant has Bluetooth. So we'll go to Settings, Devices and Services, and it looks like the device has already been auto-discovered. As expected, we'll click Add. Need to enter my Wi-Fi credentials here. I press the center button to authorize that connection. Unable to connect. So not a great start. Let's see what's going on. Okay, maybe a second time's the charm. Not sure if I entered the Wi-Fi password wrong the first time, but now we are connected. We have a blue light ring and the confirmation on the phone. Hit continue. Do we want to set up ESP home? Go ahead, hit OK. Choose the discovered Home Assistant voice device. submit. And it's now checking for updates. Looks like it has found some updates and is installing. It's now restarting the device. Okay, let's go ahead and try this thing out. Okay, Nabu. Okay, Nabu. Go ahead and put this in the room I am currently in so it knows where I am. Okay, so now we can choose what hardware to use. So if you are subscribed to Home Assistant Cloud, you could use that. You can see the response time is expected to be quite quick at under 1 second. Or you can do the do-it-yourself approach, which allows you to run it on your own system. Now, I have a B-Link S12 Pro mini PC, so we'll see how well it works on that hardware. I'm going to hit set that up. Go ahead and change the wake word to Hey Jarvis to live out my Iron Man dreams. Hey Jarvis. Hey Jarvis. That is working. And for the assistant, I can choose which conversation agent I want to use. Now, I have previously added OpenAI's ChatGPT, 2 versions of it, plus Google's Gemini. I could use one of those, or I could use the default assist from Home Assistant, or just let you use my preferred one, which you can select within the Home Assistant UI. I do believe I have assist as my preferred right now, but just to make sure, I'll go ahead and choose Home Assistant. And then you can choose the voice that responds to you.
Hello, how can I assist?
We'll just keep that for now. Hit done. Now, I have already previously installed Whisper and Piper to my Home Assistant. If you had not, I imagine we'd go through the process of installing those at that point. So within my add-on section, you can see I already have Piper, which is the text-to-speech add-on. You will also need Whisper, which is the speech-to-text add-on. So now I should be able to just start using this thing. Let's see if it knows what room it is in. Hey Jarvis, turn off the lights.
Turned off the lights.
So the light is now off behind me. Hey Jarvis, is the back door locked?
Yes.
Hey Jarvis, is the back door locked?
Sorry, I'm not aware of any area called Seas.
Hey Jarvis, is the back door locked?
Yes.
So it seems to be cutting itself off on some of the responses there. I also see it's important that after you say the wake word to pause, hear the confirmation that it hears you, and then proceed with your voice request. So one thing you want to make sure is that the entities you're trying to control are actually exposed to assist. You could confirm that within your Home Assistant by going to Settings, Voice Assistants, and here is again where you can choose your preferred conversation agent. That star indicates that the built-in assist is my preferred right now. It says I have 388 entities exposed to assist and 1 assist device. If I click the device, it is this voice preview edition that we just set up. If I click on entities exposed, I can see them all here. If I click expose entities, presumably these are the things that are not currently exposed, but I could go through and check them one by one to see if they are in fact exposed. It was having a hard time with the back door and the front door. Let's see if those are in fact exposed. So here is the backdoor lock right here, and you can see it is exposed to assist. That was some of my informal testing during device setup, but now let's really put this thing through the paces. Let me know if you're finding this helpful so far by giving it a thumbs up and leaving a comment. I'll test Home Assistant Voice Preview Edition for both accuracy and response time with both local and cloud LLM conversation agents. For local voice, I used Home Assistant's native assist running on a B-Link S12 Pro mini PC. This is an N100 with 16 gigabytes of memory. Your response times may vary if you are using different hardware. For the Cloud LLM, I used Google Gemini. You could also use ChatGPT, but you may incur a cost. I gave both the local and Cloud LLM conversation agents a combination of general knowledge and smart home requests. No special prep was done. I did not take the extra effort to expose more entities to Voice Assist or rename devices or entities with friendly names that may better reflect natural language. This was intentional to simulate the out-of-box experience that you might expect without having to do a bunch of additional configuration. Accuracy was measured by the conversation agent's ability to successfully execute my prompt as I intended. Response time was measured from the time I finished saying my prompt to the time the conversation agent began its reply. Hey Jarvis, who are you?
I am Gemini, a large language model built by Google. I'm also acting as your smart home manager, assisting you with your home assistant system.
Hey Jarvis, what are some things you can do?
I can answer your questions, provide information, and assist with various tasks. In the context of your smart home, I can **** control devices *** turn lights on /off, adjust brightness and color, control shades, and more. I can target specific devices or areas within your home. ****, manage media ****, pause, play, skip tracks, and adjust volume on your media.
Hey Jarvis. Hey Jarvis. What is today's date?
Today is December 28th, 2024.
Hey Jarvis. What time is it?
The current time is 10:41 a.m.
Hey Jarvis. Set a timer for 10 seconds.
Okay, I've set a timer for 10 seconds.
Hey Jarvis. Hey Jarvis. What's the weather?
I need more information to tell you the weather. I currently only have access to the open weather map data, which includes temperature, feels like temperature, humidity, and dew point for the outside area. To give you a more complete weather report, I would need access to a weather API providing more detailed information like wind speed, precipitation.
Hey Jarvis. How many miles away is the sun?
The sun isn't a fixed distance away. It's approximately 93 million miles, 149.6 million kilometers from Earth, but that distance varies slightly throughout the year due to Earth's elliptical orbit.
Hey Jarvis. Who is home right now?
Michael is home.
Hey Jarvis. Are any doors unlocked?
No. The front door and back door locks are both reported as locked. The status of the SwitchBot Lock Pro is also shown as locked. There are no other locks currently listed in the system overview.
Hey Jarvis. Unlock the front door.
I'm sorry. I was unable to unlock the front door. There was an error matching the device. Please check the name and domain of the front door lock in your Home Assistant configuration.
Hey Jarvis. Unlock the front door lock.
Front door lock unlocked.
Hey Jarvis. Is the garage open?
The garage door state is closed.
Hey Jarvis. Open the garage.
I couldn't open the garage. There was an error matching the device. Please check the name and domain of the garage door in your Home Assistant configuration.
Hey Jarvis. How many lights are on?
There are 8 lights currently on. Basement bedroom lights, counter lights, Christmas indoor lights, all lights, presence lights, basement garland, stairway garland, and Christmas tree. Additionally, the living area and TV's light are on in the living room and basement respectively.
Hey Jarvis, it's dark in here.
Okay, I'm in the basement bedroom. Should I turn on the lights?
Yes. Hey Jarvis, turn off the lights.
Lights in the basement bedroom turned off.
Hey Jarvis, turn on the dining room lights.
Dining room lights turned on.
Hey Jarvis, lock the front door and open the garage.
The front door is now locked. I was unable to open the garage door. There was an error matching the device.
Hey Jarvis, what time was motion last detected at the front door?
I do not have access to the time of the last motion detection at the front door. To answer that, I would need access to event logs or sensor attributes for the relevant motion sensor that covers the front door area.
Hey Jarvis, who are you?
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Hey Jarvis, what are some things you can do?
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Hey Jarvis, what is today's date?
December 28th, 2024.
Hey Jarvis, what time is it?
10:14 a.m.
Hey Jarvis, set a timer for 10 seconds.
Timer set for 10 seconds.
Hey Jarvis, what's the weather?
Sorry, no weather is exposed.
Hey Jarvis, how many miles away is the sun?
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Hey Jarvis, who is home right now?
Not any.
Hey Jarvis, are any doors unlocked?
No.
Hey Jarvis, unlock the front door.
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Hey Jarvis, unlock the front door lock.
Unlocked.
Hey Jarvis, is the garage open?
Sorry, I am not aware of any area called is.
Hey Jarvis, open the garage.
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
Hey Jarvis, how many lights are on?
21.
Hey Jarvis, it's dark in here.
Sorry, I am not aware of any area called here.
Hey Jarvis, turn on the lights.
Turned on the lights.
Hey Jarvis, turn on the dining room lights.
Turned on the light.
Hey Jarvis, lock the front door and close the garage.
Sorry, I am not aware of any device called front door and close the garage.
Hey Jarvis, what time was motion last detected at the front door?
Sorry, I am not aware of any device called what time was motion last detected in the front door area.
So that was just a handful of my testing. You'll find even more outtakes from my testing at the end of this video, which you won't want to miss. But overall, and as expected, the Cloud LLM achieved a much higher pass rate, correctly addressing 11 out of 19 prompts for a passing rate of 58%. This compared with Local Voice correctly answering just 7 of my 19 prompts for a passing rate of 37%. While the Cloud LLM had a pass rate that was 2,100 basis points higher, I do not consider a 58% passing rate to be a tremendous success. On the flip side, the average response time for Local Voice was 3.89 seconds. That was 25% faster than the average response time of 5.21 seconds for the Cloud LLM. However, I don't consider 3.89 seconds to be a total victory. Response times for setting timers or executing basic smart home commands is basically instantaneous using an Amazon Echo or Sonos smart speaker. Response times for Local Voice and Cloud LLM felt painfully slow by comparison on this device. Additionally, and also as expected, the Cloud LLM was smarter at answering a range of prompts from general knowledge questions to understanding my true intent when it came to smart home requests. The Cloud LLM just had a better understanding of context. It knew that a lock or unlock command directed toward my door was in reference to a smart lock. It also knew that the device it spoke from was physically located in my basement bedroom. Local Voice failed on both accounts. Additionally, Local Voice often misunderstood the word is in my prompts. For example, I might say, "Is the garage open?" To which it would reply, "Sorry, I am not aware of an area called is." And many times, Local Voice would begin a reply only to cut itself off mid-sentence or mid-word without me saying anything, which seemed like a bug. I also noticed another frustrating issue that I don't experience with Amazon's voice assistant. If the conversation agent was answering my voice prompt, but talking for a long time, I would interrupt it by saying the wake word. While this stopped it from continuing to speak, it did not continue to listen for new instructions, even though I just said the wake word. This meant I had to say the wake word twice to make it stop speaking and be ready to listen for my new request. And in case you're wondering about music playback, those results were no more encouraging. Before you give up hope on Local Voice, there are some things you can do to improve your experience. First, you can take the time to confirm all desired entities are exposed to Voice Assist, and that each device or entity had a friendly name that reflects your natural way of speaking. One example of this in my testing was the garage door. In my Home Assistant, the device is named RATGDO 2.5i F61565. I will never remember that name when making a voice command. Renaming this to garage door should help improve the passing rate. But with literally thousands of entities in my Home Assistant instance, this effort may take some time. My advice is this. Now that Home Assistant is offering its own voice hardware, it's a good opportunity to name any new devices that you add in a way that reflects how you might refer to it in a natural conversation. However, even with this effort, you may still run into issues. My front door lock is named Front Door Lock in Home Assistant. While the Cloud LLM was generally able to understand a lock or unlock command by just calling it front door, Local Voice was not. Second, if you are using an LLM, I suggest experimenting with the instructions you give it. For example, you might try giving it instructions to provide shorter replies to avoid run-on responses. Though I will say, I gave it instructions to provide time and dates in a human-readable format, but it gave the time of day including the seconds, which was confusing. Finally, and perhaps most important, take the time to get your lights in order. I suspect turn on or turn off lights will be one of the most used voice commands, but you may quickly run into at least two issues. First, you may have devices that are lights in your mind but are actually switches in Home Assistant. If left that way, they will be ignored from your light-related requests. Second, chances are you have far more lights exposed to Home Assistant than you realize. You might tell it to turn on the dining room lights and be surprised to see that the red light on your motion sensor turned on and the green LED on your plant sensor lit up as well. Cleaning up the entities exposed to Voice Assist can help here. There is a reason that this Home Assistant voice hardware is called Preview Edition. It is an early open source product that requires testing at scale to help it improve. It is certainly not ready to replace your Amazon Echo, Apple HomePod, or Google Nest smart speakers. While some of the results were disappointing, most of this was honestly expected. However, I'm also confident that today is the worst it will ever be, and that it will only improve over time in response to user feedback and developer support. Let me know in the comments what your take is on Home Assistant Voice Preview Edition and anything else you'd like to know about it. If you're interested in how else you may incorporate Gen AI and LLMs in your smart home, I'll leave a link to my playlist on that topic. This video was a lot of fun, but also a ton of work. If you're interested in supporting this channel, consider becoming a member using links in the description or picking up some of my smart home merch. Let me know if this was helpful by giving it a like. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Hey Jarvis, what's the temperature in here?
Sorry, I am not aware of any device called here.
Hey Jarvis, what is the temperature in this room?
Sorry, I am not aware of any device called this room.
Hey Jarvis, I'm cold.
Sorry, I couldn't understand that.
On here I can change the assistant. Let's try Gemini. Hey Jarvis, I'm cold.
The temperature in the basement bedroom is 59.4 degrees F. What would you like me to do?
So already a much better result using the LLM. Hey Jarvis, open the garage.
Okay, I've opened the garage.
You can see it's now opening on here. Hey Jarvis, lock the front door and close the garage.
Okay, I've locked the front door and closed the garage.
Front door is locked, garage door is currently closing.